G'day everybody, welcome to Rescue Buddy. I'm Adrian, and this channel is all about sharing tips and practical strategies to help you overcome depression, because recovery is possible. So today I'm going to share about getting up and engaging with the world. So when we get depressed, very often we feel unmotivated, all right? We feel like we have no energy to go and do anything, and our thoughts are also often very scary. So we're afraid to do anything that would seem risky, and that can cause us to get really isolated, right? We can just sit in our room feeling miserable, or even just sitting around sleeping all day, or doing something to escape the world. You know, just escape into computer games or alcohol. None of these escape mechanisms are going to help us, because if you're just going to hide from the world with yourself and your feelings, nothing's going to change, and you're just going to probably keep feeling worse. So engaging with the world is actually a good thing for you. Okay, it's going to expose you to sunlight, exercise, different experiences. It's going to give you the opportunity to distract your mind from thinking too much. It's going to give you the opportunity to meet people, and you might meet some people who can become future friends. You might find some really caring people who make you feel valued. You could discover some of the things that you love doing. Maybe you've forgotten what some of them are, and none of these things can happen if you hide from the world. But you might say, okay, sure, Adrian, it'd be great to engage with the world, but I don't know how to find the motivation. I don't know how to get past my anxiety. It's too terrifying. So I want to give you a little trick which you can use to get past these barriers, right? And I've used it myself quite a few times in the past, and it's worked. Actually wish I'd used it more. Yeah, it's pretty clever. You're struggling with the mental and emotional, all right? You can't find the emotional motivation for anything. Willpower is potentially at a real low, if you feel like you've got any willpower at all. And obviously your thoughts are probably terrifying as well. But you have more options up your sleeve than just the emotional and mental, all right? You have another little ace up your sleeve, which is the physical. So on the physical plane, you actually have less limitations than in the mental and emotional, okay? Obviously, if you're watching this video, you're tapping a phone or moving a mouse to watch it. You know, you're obviously able to get up and walk to the toilet or the bathroom or the kitchen. I assume you're still breathing at this point in time. So there are still things physically that you are able to do, all right? Because you're doing them right now. And so this gives you some options, all right? So you can sit and think for hours and hours about whether to do something, all right? That's going to engage your brain. Your brain's not going to help you much, right? Because there's too much fear there. You could try and engage your willpower, try and engage your sense of motivation. And again, that's probably lacking, and that probably leads to nowhere. But if you engage the physical, that means that you give up analyzing whether it's worth doing or not, and you stop focusing on your feeling, right? I mean, you can't eliminate your feelings, but you shift your focus from what you feel to what you can physically do. And basically, you just start moving. So you just physically start moving, because that is something that you can choose to do. You don't always have to choose to do things that you feel like, right? You might completely not feel like moving, right? But what you do is you choose something that's worth doing, right? Based on reason, just something that you know would be good for you if you could find the courage and the motivation. And instead of thinking about it or feeling, you just start moving. You just decide, all right, well, let's start. And you get up and you go. And then you just keep putting one foot in front of the other, okay? Because you're always able to do that. And you keep going until you actually get out of your comfort zone and get out of the house, potentially, hopefully, and do something. It can be something small, right? It doesn't have to be giant, but you can feel really good about the fact that you got out, you challenged yourself, and you did something that you didn't think you could do. And then you get a feedback effect, because that feeds some good things into your life, good inputs, and you sure need more good inputs right now. So that's enough talking. It's time for a practical exercise. I want you to pause the video in a moment and pick something that you know is good for you. A good place to start if you're struggling to think of something is, what have you really enjoyed doing in the past, right? What's something that's low stress, enjoyable. Doesn't matter if you don't feel motivated, doesn't matter if you feel scared or afraid. Just focus on the physical, focus on your body, right? You are able to get up and walk, right? Let's start. And you get up. So I want you to get up, take the first step, take the second step, pick up the phone or whatever it is you have to do, and go do the thing that you think you can't do. That's it. Go for it. All right, congratulations everybody, well done. If you did manage to do something that you thought you couldn't do, then I'm really happy for you. And if you didn't, that's okay as well. Just try again tomorrow, and see if you can make it work. It's really is a habit worth learning, and the more you can separate out your actions from your feelings when you're depressed, then the more you're going to have an ability to change things. So that's all for now. Please add comments to the discussion if you got some questions. Please remember to just subscribe to my channel, share this on social media, and most important of all, keep going. Don't give up, because you guys are fighting a crazy battle, and it's amazing that you keep going every day. I'm Adrian. This is Rescue Buddy. See you next time.